How you going, guys? So, back in here again eventually today. So, just reading some of the comments on the last video I put up from just yesterday and bits and pieces, and I want to have a bit of a look around the engine bay of this thing. Just see if I can brighten this up a little bit. I'm just been playing with my phone a little bit. Hopefully you can't hear that noise. It's worked out how to actually lock the brightness so it doesn't keep changing and stuff like that when I'm inside. So this is, what are they, 3.2 I think, or 3.4, I can't remember. 6-cylinder double AV cam, straight 6, twin carbs. They're pretty high tech for their day, I guess. But yeah, that's a quick look under the bonnet, or hood, whatever you want to call it. I think this was originally a smaller motor one too. I think Dad said it's originally the next motor down, which is like 2.8 or something like that litre. Like they've even got like, it's basically a set of extractors but they're cast. So they were trying to get reasonable performance out of them back in the day. But anyway, I'll stop crapping on. I'll get the camera set up on the tripod and I'll get tearing some paint off this thing. Yeah, like I just said before, I've actually figured out how to, on this, I didn't realise you could actually do it in the video. I knew you could do it with, just on photos, but you can lock the focus range and the light and all that sort of stuff on this, so it's not jumping around so much. Hopefully it might end up with slightly better video. I don't know, because Arco was saying the other day too, it was getting a bit, depending on certain lights, it was getting, almost looked like the lens was dirty, but I think it's the extra light coming in, you know, like it's not as though it's a big studio and you got heaps of lights and you can light the subject and you don't get all that filtration from outside, but, you know, I'm just a guy with a phone and a workshop with normal lights, so it is what it is. So I'll put the mask on and we'll start going around here until we can get some paint off this thing and hopefully not make too much of a bloody mess. So it's called fumard. Yeah. So these things are. Cut it off so I can feel like I can talk properly. Hold on. Oh, that's better. These things are like a bad day at Chinese acupuncture. So yeah, make sure you wear like long sleeve clothing and at least, you know, your hearing protection and eye protection, all that sort of stuff. Definitely need to wear a face mask doing this crap because it's just lovely shit really. But I'll change this thing out and carry it on. I'm going to do it that glove before. I hate these bloody things. Use a spanner too, I suppose. Where's the fun in that? We got this one here too, to try and get in some of these places in here a bit easier instead of the real heavy cone one. Another one of those here. I think it's the same as the other one. It was. Yeah, I think so. Some pretty fancy packaging for a Bosch. What's the part number all now? Part number on that. 75mm. 14 mil thread, and the wire thickness is 1/2 mil thick, whatever they're on these things. They must have a coarser one and a finer one by the looks of that. So yeah, great things. Old needle acupuncture. Right. Try this on. Righty, so I just thought, I got a guy who's messaging me about on this Wowder video that I did there, I don't know, a few weeks ago, whatever it was. So I thought I'd just come back here and just have another little quick view at it, mainly the control side of it. So it's got like voltage here, and your current, which is obviously amperage. This is incandescence, whatever that really means. But yeah, like depending on what you're doing, normally, actually the old man must have been playing around with this the other day when he was welding, but if I was running panel steel, I normally would have it about here. That's probably why I was actually fighting with a little bit the other day. I wasn't quite sure what was going on, but I didn't realise he changed it around a little bit. But normally we'd have this here, it's about 2.5, 3, about 70 amps, and the voltage somewhere in this range, and have the wire speed, or this speed on low. But this controls wire speed too. I'm not 100% sure exactly how it all works, because it's a bit of a strange setup. That Boss welder that I had in Australia, which I'm pretty sure you can get here, or variants like it, a lot more easy to control. But anyway, I'll carry on what I'm doing here and do some more. I'm just going to do a little bit of sanding in here. See if this Crisco can keep up. Not. This pressure switch is playing up in this bloody thing, so let's see if we can do something about it. Unplugged. It's been a long time since I pulled one of these, but I can't remember how it works. If you can do that or not. It's only came around about 90 psi, whereas I'm pretty sure I had it up around to 120, 130 odd psi mark way back. come back to that tomorrow. How you going, guys? So, what you come out here last night, had a wee play with this thing, and I can't get it to run. I come back here this morning and try to have a go, see if I can get this thing to go. No, it's still not going to go. I don't know what's wrong with it. I don't know if it's a pressure switch or if the motor's poling out or something like that. Like it still turns free enough. Like it's not as though anything seized or anything like that. But it's sort of been labouring to start. I don't know if you've picked that up in any of the videos or not. But it is 17 or 18 years old, so like something could be getting worn out. Like there could be brushes could be getting worn out, and it's struggling to start. It could be the pressure switch. But yesterday I was struggling to get about 60 psi out of it, and then it wouldn't kick back in once I started using the air. So I played around with the pressure switch, tried to wind the pressure up, and it still wouldn't go on. I wound it all the way back off. I made a bit of a play with it this morning, wound it down, wound it up, and tried to get it to go. So I don't know, like without pulling all the switch apart and having a decent look at it and all that sort of stuff, I'm not really sure. It's a bit of a pain in the ass. I still don't have the old compressor that Dad had, and this is like a 40 litre. The old one he had was about 3 times that size that I swapped for him. It was a big old bucket. What I'll try and do is I might try and find some old footage from one of my old videos from 3 or 4 years ago and see if I can flick that up and show you how big it was. So a really good big old twin cylinder, about 130 or 140 litre tank. I don't know what the CFM rating was or what size what cc the cylinders were, but it was a fairly good big old girl. So that's a real pain in the ass because I really wanted to get the DA sander and just give everything here a good scuff over, sort of get a good scratch into the steel. Probably whip the bonnet off, mask everything up, mask the engine bay out, and then sort of get this scuffed up and get this side cleaned up, and then etch the front of it and get it protected because I don't want to leave it too long in bare steel. But anyway, so I can't do too much more at the moment. Like I can strip some more paint off and stuff, but this video is getting close to long enough. So I might cut it off here today and get this video together and throw it up because I'm still trying to work out the sizes of my videos. I did make a short video this morning, but it was still too long to get underneath the size I want. So I'll cut it off here and I might do some more later on, but I'll throw that footage in the next one and see if this fits. Cheers.